Okay, so we're in the dashboard, and before we start working on the funnel, let's make a copy. So we have the original, and then we'll work on the copy. Or we can work on the original and leave the copy. So if you screw up on one, you still have the original left. So let's go into settings and hit clone funnel. Okay. All right. So I always go back to all funnels just to verify that it made it as a copy. So here is the copy. So I'm going to work on the copy. So I suggest you do too. I'll always change it later, the name. Okay. So now we're going to get into the landing page and edit it to how you want it. Okay. So if you have high resolution pictures that you already want to use of, your food or whatever, then I'll show you how to upload those and your logo. If you don't have a logo, then you can just, use text, create something on the screen. If you have your offer that you want to know, what you want to offer, then let's get going. Okay. So you have, see how when I hover, okay, let me show you. Okay. So the green is sections. So what that means is you have, okay, let me use my phone. Okay, so you have your section like this, okay, which is the whole page, the whole phone. So you have that. And then you can choose to have all of it taken up, half of it taken up, or a little bit taken up of the phone, the whole section, and then the rest is blank. So that's a section. And then inside the section, you have your row. So the row goes, like this. So you have rows, and you can have one row, you can have 2 rows, 3 rows, 4 rows, up to 6 rows. So depends how you want. So the blue is the row. The green is the section. So the green is the phone. And the row is, so like this is one row. It takes up the whole thing. Or you have like 2 rows. It takes up half. So it's, like slicing a pie. It's in quarters. So think of it like that. And then you have the orange, which is your element. So you have your row, and then you have, sorry, I'm a girl, everything's pink. So then you have your element inside of it, your pictures and your text. So, and that's always in orange. Okay. And the background. Okay, so let's start with the background first. Okay, so we want to change the background. You just go over to settings and background. So click. Okay. And then go to search if you want a picture, or if you have your own pictures. Now this is where you can either drag them and drop them in here, or you can choose to upload. and then you can, upload them from there and then just hit add image, or you can go to search and you can go to Pixabay or Unsplash and get royalty-free pictures as well. And then if you're looking for an icon, then iconfinder.com. You can get free icons other than what's already in there. So if you want a particular looking icon, or you can upload your own icons. So we'll just check out Pixabay and see what they have. So I don't know, let's just say food. So you can get an idea, like if there's a picture that works for you, for your restaurant and your offer. Like if you're, a coffee shop, fresh market or something like that, you just type in what you're looking for and it'll find it. And then here you can also say, I just want photos or illustration or, vector art, and just change it and then hit search. So, and then it gives you, that. So, and then Unsplash, put in food, so you can get an idea. Like it gives you similar, but a lot of times it will be like completely different pictures. So I always use a variety of them, and then sometimes I'll use other sites and download the picture and then upload it because I didn't find what I was looking for. So, all these can be used as different backgrounds. So right. So just to show you how the background can change, and we'll just click that pizza and say add image. Okay. So what I've noticed with Unsplash is their pictures are pixelated, and sometimes I'll just go to their, I don't know why, I can't explain it, but I can go to their website and download the same exact picture and then upload it, and it's fine. I don't know what the problem is, why sometimes their stuff comes up such bad resolution, but I've noticed that. So a lot of times, oops, I didn't want to do that. Okay. I just went out of it. So let me go back and I'll show you Pixabay. Now, I've never had that problem with them. It's all of Unsplash's pictures are high resolution, but for some reason, the ones that are integrated here are just coming up very pixelated. That's something on the back end that has to be worked out. So let me just put in pizza here and I'll show you. But I mean, there's bugs and everything, and you'll find they're always fixing stuff. I mean, your cell phone, your computer, it's always patches. Alright, so we'll use that one. And you can just double click on the picture and it will add it, or you can single click and then click add image. Okay, so see the difference? It's not pixelated. Okay, so now since we changed the background, if you want to change this and upload your logo, then click here where it says settings, and actually I have this set as a button. So if you do have your logo, this will have to be deleted. So I'm just going to clone it so I can show both ways. No, actually I need to delete it. I'm going to delete the one, and then I'm going to add another element. So I can add the logo, and then I'm going to click image, and then here we'll click settings, and then here you would put in the alt text. So what that is you're just describing what the image is. So we'll put in restaurant logo, your restaurant name, logo. Put in some colors because that helps with the SEO. Like if it's blue and purple, put in your domain, your restaurant name, logo, blue and purple, and if description, if it's a pizza or whatever. Because the alt text is for people that are blind, and everything is read to them. So if you don't have alt text in there, they're not going to know that there's something even on the screen, and that they can click on it and get to your website. So alt text is a must. And then on top of that, for SEO, for Google searches, the more descriptive you have, but not very long description, then when someone does a search for pizza in my area, and you have pizza in the alt text, it's going to pull that up too. So, okay, so we're going to go there. We'll just use my logo. Okay, I'm going to show you, just double click and it adds it. Okay, so all right, that logo is huge. So click on it, settings, and then you can change the width or the height. Not both, because it will get wonky. So we'll just say, most logos are 80 by 80, up to 200 pixels. So I'm just going to put in 100. So it's super tiny. So I'm going to change it and put in 250. That's fine. 250 pixels. So, and then if you don't have a logo that you want to use, then you can use the little button that I created and just put in text and change the text to Anthony's Pizza Place. If you don't like the font, then and if you wanted to add a subtext, best pizza in town, then you would add that in the subtext area. So, and then here you change the font size. So make it big, but it's the offer, not your logo, that you want first smack dab in people's face. So keep that, about 40. It's a good size. And then we'll just make the subtext a little bit bigger. Don't worry about mobile yet. Mobile is the last thing that you're going to do to make sure it looks perfect on mobile. So don't worry about mobile now. Okay, if you want to change the text color, so we'll make it red. Oops, I didn't mean to click out of that. Okay. So say you wanted the down a little further, it was too close to the top margin, then you can move it that way with the margin. Okay, and then here is the font family where you can change the font. So you have these that are already here, and then you can also browse all the Google fonts that they have. Okay, so I mean, this is a regular basic one. sometimes I don't know what they look like, so I go, I look up Google Fonts, and then I'll be able to see what a lot of them look like. So hopefully that's an upgrade in the future, so you'll see what the font looks like. Yeah. See what Anaheim looks like. Too computerish. Okay, and then you have these that you can see what they look like. These are like the most popular web fonts. Use that one. What's that one called? Patrick Hand. So we'll just use that one for now. But that's how you change the fonts. Okay. So if you wanted to change the background of the section color, say you want it a little lighter, then so hover till it's green, and then from here is where you can change the background. So if you wanted it, if you wanted nothing, you could just, change the color here. So, and then say if you wanted a white background with the pizza just showing through a little bit, so you can do that. And then here is where we'll change the color of the text for your offer. So since we have a white background, we'll put black. So, and then you can just, any color you want, you can, change it there. And then the bold color is separate. So you can pick that color. Okay. And so whenever you have something that's bold, so if you go like that, you double click, in there and get this up. This is where you do your text editing. Then if I take off bold, then it's just the regular color black, but I want it bold, so it changes it to red. So, and then, you put in your offer. So, huh?
Fell out there.
You did?
Yeah. I was walking and I guess my foot went on the edge of the sidewalk. The actual sidewalk.
Oh.
When I was driving
Pearl.
a little path, this girl, I'm assuming she was waiting for an Uber, and I'm assuming the Uber was like a black Toyota. I thought I was her Uber. So I went towards her.
Aw. I've had that happen. Pearl. Okay, so we're gonna change the offer. So you have whatever your offer is. So I'm just gonna change it so you can see. So say Anthony's Pizza is currently giving away a free beer with any extra large pizza. So, and then good for 30 days, or if you want it only available on a Wednesday, whatever your offer is. So, and then here in this section, we'll change the color. If you don't want anything there, you delete it. If you want more there, clone it or add to it. So just click on the gear and change the color to black. Okay. Change to red, the bold. You can change the size right here, the font. Okay. Hands down the best pizza in town. One free beer. good for 30 days or whatever your offer is. So if you want to duplicate, if you want to add more, then just click and then add another saying and then copy and paste that. So just copy it and right click, hit copy, and then we'll just say best garlic rolls ever. And then we'll just add it. So Control V or Command V, whichever computer you're on, to add it in front. So that's super simple on that. And then the next section, so click that, change it to black. If you want to add a bold color, you can. If you want to make the text a little smaller or a little bigger, you can do that too. And put your info if you want to change it. So since I'm using red, I'm gonna change it to red button. Okay, and then this is the form for the collection of their email and phone number. So just click on settings. Oh, wrong one. Okay, so that setting just brought up this area. Get out of it. So you hear some choking. That's my dog. She has a collapsing trachea. She's a Yorkie, and she's like this big. She's 15, and it's just something that's common with them. But I hate it because I'm like, she's choking all the time. And I've had her on medicine, and she just got to the point where she won't take it anymore. So, okay, so back to this. So this is settings for this whole area. So we want to get in here to the orange area for that to set up the form. So here you would change it if you want their full name or first name, just first name. Or if you don't want their name at all, but I highly suggest having their name instead of saying, hey, you, it's, hey, Rachel. So, and then you can have it where it's required or not required. So if you don't want that it required, then just hit not required. But most likely people will put in their first name anyways. And then you can also change the font family if you don't like that font. You can make it bigger. 18's pretty good. I mean, even if you have seeing issues, 18's a decent font. But if you know that your audience needs a bigger font, then yeah, make it bigger. So, and then it has different themes. Like if you wanted to change it, so like real basic, and then you have that one, an underline, simple, clean. I don't know which one I had originally. That one. Okay. So, and then because I changed that, then I got to put the icon back. So under advanced, you can change the weight of the, normal or bold. You can change the text alignment if you want it in the center. Don't recommend. Right? Don't recommend. Recommend left side. Unless you're doing it on the right and then putting the icon on the left or in the center. So, but I like it. Everything on the left. I don't like it. This is my opinion. I like that way, but it all depends. If your audience is Israeli, then we read right to left. So we'll be looking to the right side first instead of, like how we normally read is left to right. So it all depends on your audience. So that's for that. And then the same thing with email is you just click in there and you just make sure it's set to email address so it knows, what it's collecting. And then here we're at the coupon. I mean, the button. So here's where we would set the action. So it's all set already for you. So if it wasn't set, so here it says submit the page. It will be in red and say no action set. So yes, we want to submit the page. Let me go back. Oops. Okay. And then you can put in your text, subtext if you want. Change the font, make it a little bigger. Okay. Change the color and change the button color there. Let's make it a little brighter there. Okay. And again, it has themes. So if you just wanted, to use a theme and then change it from there, you can. And then in advanced, so here you can make your button pop because you want people to know it's a button and to click. So you want it to stand in their face. So you can change the corners. You can, make it like completely square, the edges. This is 3 pixels shaved off, 50%. It'll look like that. And that'd be 10%. Okay, so that's 5%. That's 10%. I like 10% better. Okay, so then here you could change the space and the corners and all that. You can add a border. I always recommend the shadow. So that one's inner. So that'd be dark. So see how it has like a shadow behind it? Okay, that's blurry. It's more of a hard shadow. Okay, far. So down here, you can see a little offset. Here you can change the line spacing. You can make it wider, more space in between each letter. And, say you wanted it all in caps. Just one click changes it there. I like having an icon, like pointing at it or something. So let's see, point. Okay. And then you can change that color too. It'd be under settings. Okay. So, and then here you would, maybe not. I don't think you can change the icon color separately on the button like you can on different. Sometimes it's separate. So, and I keep getting a message saying I haven't saved lately. So let me save. So save often so you don't lose your work. Okay. And then down here is the footer. So, and to change the footer color, again, click on the green. And then you can change, the background. Oops. Make it light. Or, if you wanted to do white as well. But I actually either like it the dark white or the gray. And I kind of like the gray. Kind of like that. Alright, and if you don't want it so wide, then you can change the top margin. Right. Or leave the top margin down, and then you can change the bottom margin and bring that up a little bit more. So, or if you want it, like not showing like that, then you can, have it where it's reaching the bottom so it doesn't look like it's floating in space. Okay. And then just click in here where it's orange and put the text color different colors so it can be read better. And then here is links. So you just double click and then you would just let me show you. So you would just because I already have links, so let's do this one, the member login, and just and then once you highlight, then it will come up like that. Now let's change the color of the highlight of the link. Okay, so let's that one, and we'll change it to white. So, and then I'll show you how to copy your template. I make a template out of the footer, so you can add it to your other pages. Oops. Okay. So you will hover over the green, the section, and then you're going to hit save. And then we're going to save it as a personal template. And we'll just call it footer. And then just save it. Yeah.
How are you supposed to get the water out of this thing?
Oh, you got to pull it.